lots of energies towards partnership for this year. I want you to truly know your value and to not settle for less anymore. Hi everyone, this is Jill of AstroloJill. So for this video, I'm going to be giving you your 2024 energy predictions using astrology, aka horoscopes. So you do use your sun, your moon, and your rising, and I will be making one video per sign. And I do hope you check out the videos of your sun, moon, rising and see which one resonates and see which one helps you the most, or you can combine them to add more depth to your reading. Before I do start with the horoscopes, I just want to show off what I'm wearing. I'm wearing things from my own line and from my friends' brands as well. Feel free to skip this part if you're not really interested. But it's going to be fast, just maybe a minute. So I'm going to be putting chapters. So if in case you don't want to see it, feel free to skip. But for now, I'm wearing my foundation here. My shade is number 2. So it has a heavy matte finish that is very long lasting, and I put the enchantment of obsession and attractiveness for this one. And then I'm also using my Aphrodite blush, very natural glow, very natural and dewy glow for there. Next one is I'm using my highlighter. Comes in this really pretty compact in Cygnus, and I'm using it right now on my cheeks. Really pretty, very light pink shade, nice to put on your cheeks. And then I'm also using my Libra lip lacquer there to give you that really Venusian glow. So there, that's my Libra lip lacquer that comes with the charm that Enchanted Aries has made right there. And then I am also wearing earrings from Enchanted Aries. Here, it's made out of gold and a real flower bud, a real rosebud dipped in resin. So you can get all of these items on our website, www.jillandrea.com. And just to show off as well my friend's creations, this is from Gallery Rberry. They're one of my favorite bracelets ever. She is also a good friend of mine. It's Gallery Rberry. And then lastly, this necklace that doubles as a pendulum as well was made by Spring Marionette. I'm going to be linking all of their shops at the description down below. So if you're interested in supporting our businesses, we will be truly grateful and appreciate you so much. And blessings to you as well. Thank you. Now, before we start with the actual horoscope of the zodiac for this video, it's very crucial that you take down these important dates, okay? So for January 1, 2024, Mercury retrograde finally ends. So what a good start of the year, right? We're finally going into 2024 with a clear mind and Mercury in direct, so communication will be really smooth. See, it's still Mercury retrograde. I stuttered. Next is January 20. So Pluto is in Aquarius for the first time since the 1700s. I believe it's 1797 or 1798. I'll have to double check. But this will be the first time it's going to go into Aquarius again. And the last time that it went on Pluto in Aquarius, a very notable historical event was when Napoleon Bonaparte and his French troops captured Cairo. You know, Pluto is a planet of transformation, and Aquarius is very futuristic, so it's really pushing boundaries into something that will benefit or really make an impact in the future. So we will be expecting a lot of movements like that for starting January 2024. So the wars, and then a change in mindset for people. People will not be tolerating as much bullshit anymore. And Aquarius, this is a good time to advocate for the rights of the marginalized communities and really help the collective. You want to add your transformational energy into this age, into this Pluto in Aquarius transit. So Aquarius, futuristic, Pluto, transformation. So expect a lot of that starting January 20. And then another date that I want you to take note is March 25. This is going to be the start of the eclipse season for 2024. I know, eclipse again. We had so much eclipses last 2023 and 2022. So, yes, eclipse again. And this will start with a lunar eclipse in Libra, March 25. And this is going to be very life changing. And the ones that will be affected by this will be Libra placements and Aries placements. So, eclipse is all about shedding and then really letting go of the things that no longer serve you, being more authentic to self. So, be sure that you hold on to those energies come March 2025. So, next one is April 1. This is going to be like a joke. It's going to be the first Mercury retrograde of the year. Yeah, April 1, really? April Fool's Day, but it's not a joke, it's real. April 1, Mercury retrograde. It's going to be in Aries, so watch your mouth. Aries is a very hot-headed sign. I know I'm an Aries moon myself, so I that is one of the shadows that I try to really suppress or really control and work with. And Mercury retrograde in Aries just signifies that you will be more hot-tempered, and you're you will have to watch your temper. You will have to watch your anger. Your words will be swords. Mercury in the tarot, communication is swords. And in astrology, Mercury is communication, and it will be wielded by Aries, literally the warrior of the zodiac. So your words will be like swords during Mercury retrograde, April 1. So do make sure that you don't let go of too hurtful words. They will always have an impact no matter what we try to give out there. So be careful with your words and be extra kind. What's good about knowing what the transit is at least you'll have some sort of control, and the awareness of it will help you plan ahead. The first eclipse season will end with the solar eclipse in Aries. So again, eclipse season, this time it's going to be in Aries. So more energy into being a go-getter rather than looking at the downside of Aries, which is hot-tempered, impatient. Rather, for solar eclipse on April 8th in Aries, you want to enhance the good side of Aries, being action-oriented, being fearless, confident, and being a go-getter. So those are the energies you want to manifest for April 8th at the solar eclipse in Aries. So next one is Jupiter and Uranus will form a conjunction on April 20. This will help you really break free from the things that are from the expectations of society and the things that people expect us to be, but you know for a fact you don't want to be anymore. This is going to be for the collective, all right? This is transits happening for everyone, not just for the sign of this video. So, April 20, good time to really break out of your shell, move out, find your own thing. And it's time to realize that you are your own person and you shouldn't be doing things for the benefit of other people just because they expect you to. At the end of the day, you're living for yourself. All right? Next, May 25. Jupiter will enter from Taurus into Gemini. Now, Jupiter is actually a detriment in Gemini. It was much more comfortable on the opposition of Gemini, which is Sagittarius. But having a very expansive planet into Gemini, which is the most talkative sign in the zodiac, um, you will be encouraged to learn, expand on your knowledge, expand on your charisma, expand on your communication. Despite Jupiter not being so comfortable here, Jupiter is always the bringer of good luck, the bringer of expansion. So it will expand you into Gemini energies, being versatile, confident in your speaking, talkative, and very Gemini things, smart even. A lot of the Geminis I know are very smart and intelligent. They're very fast too. So I really like that about Gemini. A lot of my best friends are Geminis. All right. So Another Mercury retrograde is going to happen on August 5. Mercury retrograde take two. And it's going to be going to start in Virgo and then moves over to Leo eventually. So uh Mercury is happy in Virgo, but it being in retrograde um kind of makes the Virgo sad. The Virgo placements out there, you will feel stuck. You will feel like you can't seem to say anything or do anything. And that's all right because this is just a season. So take a time to slow down. That's totally fine. And then when it moves over to Leo, Mercury retrograde in Leo, you're going to feel mummed. You're going to feel a bit muted. You know how Leo is such as, I'm a star, Pearl. I'm a star. Everyone look at me. But it Mercury in Leo retrograde, you're gonna feel shy. You're gonna look more inward, and you're gonna concentrate more on your inner energies rather than your outer energies. There. That is Mercury retrograde. That's starting August 5. And then September 17, a second eclipse season. So expect endings, expect shedding. There will be some arguments. And then know that if it's not for you, it's okay to let it go. And the lunar eclipse will start with Pisces, and the solar eclipse will be in Virgo. No, no, no. The lunar eclipse will be in Pisces. Sorry about that. The lunar eclipse will be in Pisces. So people with Pisces and Virgo placements should expect big, big changes. And know that if it's for you, it will stay. If it's not for you, let it go. Totally fine. And then October 2, that is the solar eclipse. Sorry about earlier, I made a mistake. But October 2 is the solar eclipse in Libra. And tama. So the last was the lunar eclipse in Libra. This time it's going to be a solar eclipse in Libra. So you want to be able to really shine out the positive traits of Libra during this time, which is diplomacy, empathy, beauty, even since Libra is a Venusian sign. So launching something that has anything to do with Libra energies during this time will be a good thing. And then another date that I want you to take note of is November 5. Sorry, another date is November 25. This is the third and last Mercury retrograde. And this year it's going to begin in Sagittarius. So Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, a very performative sign as well. So rethink all of the things that you would want to do that is expansive. Rethink that opening a business, moving on to a new home, or getting a new job. Mercury in retrograde November 25 onwards. Do make sure that you try your best to rethink those decisions and make sure that you are very, very confident in that decision. Look at all the possibilities that will happen, and if you can, wait for at least the end of the Mercury retrograde before making a decision. All right? So those are the dates that I want you to remember before we start this video. Just to let you know, I'm looking at the chart right now in my computer. I'll try to put a small one here just so you guys know what I'm looking at. But from now and then, you'll be hearing clicks here and there. So apologies. But I just want you to know that I'm looking at it right in front of me, okay? Another thing that I want you guys to know, this is very important, that these energy predictions and these horoscopes are not here to make you feel crucified to whatever it is that is going to be shown. In fact, I want the opposite effect. I want you to have more control. The awareness of the energies coming towards us will help you in your decision making, will help you gain more control. All right? So don't ever feel like you're trapped. This is merely just energy that you can manipulate yourself. We all have that magic within us. Okay? Now, without further ado, let's start with January for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. especially rising. That is the best one, but sun, moon, and rising. Okay. So we'll start first with January. So I could see right here that your Jupiter will be on the second house in Taurus, which will give us a lot of energies for abundance and opportunity. And it's going to give you a very expansive financial phase in your life. So this is a good time to earn money, to gain something, to open a business, or to further your business even. It's going to be in your second house. Your second house is your finances. So lots of expansive energies in finances, especially material possessions, since this is also Taurus. So good energy for that. You will have your North Node in Aries. So you're going to be much more selfish when it comes to your needs. Now, Aries is already a very selfish sign. I don't want to say selfish, but you guys know what you want. But this time, you're going to be really concentrating on that. And you're going to make sure that you are going to put some actions into the wishes that you want. This is a good time for you to manifest. Good time for you to manifest your ideas from your mind into the present, into your world right now, into this field of existence. So do make sure that you take advantage of that energy. Now, your Saturn, which is going to be, I think, for the rest of the year, will be in Pisces on the 12th house. So try to really connect with your spirituality and a spiritual journey that you've chosen yourself. I think that's the most important part here. This is going to apply for the rest of the year. Just make sure that the journey that you are in is something you chose. You chose to do. Not because just because you were born a certain religion doesn't mean that you have to stick with it if it doesn't resonate with you anymore. This is a good time to really find your spiritual journey and to stick with it, especially if it's something that truly helps you gain more of a relationship with your higher self. Another thing about Saturn and Pisces is you're going to be much more, what do you call this? Much more realistic. The things that used to kind of cloud your mind, you will be much more logical over this year. And you're going to find a lot more opportunities to really break down the things that used to be so good to you, but you realize that you grew out of it. Another thing that I want to mention, now this is also for the rest of the year, is your South Node is going to be on the 7th house in Libra, which means this is a good year for you to have a big transformation when it comes to partnerships, relationships. If you're single, this will be a good time to attract a long term partner. If you have a long term partner, then this is a time where you will probably level up that relationship. Either you get married, or you get engaged, you move in, or your relationship gets deeper from compared to 2023. If you are going to be in a relationship that is not very healthy and not very good, then for this year, Aries is going to be one of the main victim, I guess, of the eclipses. And the eclipses are all about purging the things that are no longer good for us, purging the relationships that are no longer good for us. So if a person is not treating you well in your relationship, if a colleague isn't very nice to you, if your boss isn't very nice to you, then this year you're going to be saying no because your tolerance for bullshit will be extremely low. Move over from end of January to February. This is when the Sun and Pluto finally enters Aquarius, and this will be in your 11th house. So heavy energies in the 11th house. What is the 11th house? 11th house is all about friendships, connections, and your impact to other groups of people. So your 11th house will have a lot of transformative energies. And with Pluto being there, you're going to experience a loss and a gain in your connections. And as long as Pluto is in Aquarius, you will be feeling a lot of that purging energy, a lot of that changeable energy. Like a phoenix, you keep on dying and then rising up again to something even better. Now, your sun is there in the 11th house for the start of February. So, outward projection into making a good group of friends, a good set of connections, you will have that strength. So, if you want to be able to be friends with higher places, or at least flock with the birds that are for birds that flock together. Ah, flock with the birds of the same feather. My gosh, brain fart. It truly is still Mercury retrograde. I stuttered and I had a brain fart. Mercury retrograde ends tomorrow. I am so excited. Anyway, so a lot of energies into making your group of people that you surround yourself in into better, to something better, something that will help you in the future. Remember, Aquarius is the sign of the future. So you want to be able to really concentrate on what is good for me in the long term, especially when it comes to connections and friendships. Moving over to March of 2024, lots of planets on the 12th house. So, what does this mean? It's also in Pisces. So, that means that you're going to be really investing into your higher self, into your spiritual journey, and you're going to be much more dreamy and creative for the month of March. So, do use this energy to your advantage and create ideas, innovate something that you can possibly manifest into reality in the future. There is a possibility of a romance blossoming at this time, so be ready for that. Let's see if it's going to work out for you single Pringles out there. And then for if you already have a partner, it's a good time to deepen your relationship further. Lots of planets on the 12th house also means that you will have to be much more careful with your mental health state at this time of the year. Okay? Don't burn yourself out, don't overwork yourself. Learn how to balance. There will be a lot of luck into your reputation, into how people perceive you, and how people will accept you as a public figure. So if you want to be able to, this is a good time to post selfies, to really feel yourself, and a good time to show off the talent that you've always wanted to show off. Okay, Aries, moving over to April. Now, for April, lots of planet on the first house, so you will be concentrating a lot on improving yourself. This is a good time to change your sense of style and to really experiment with the things that you always wanted to experiment when it comes to self, a new haircut, a new makeup look. Really present yourself on how you truly want to be. So, this is also a good time for you to communicate and be much more direct with how you want things to be. Despite the Mercury being on retrograde at the start of April, which is a warning for you all Aries, since you all will be affected, to slow down and to think twice before saying something. This is a good time for you to internalize the ideas that you might have in your head. May not be the best time to materialize it just yet, but a good time to think, a good time to innovate, a good time to really explore the depths of your mind. Just be careful not to be hot tempered and to practice your patience as much as you can for this time. Mercury is in retrograde during this time, so lots of reviewing, lots of refraining, lots of reflection. The RE is truly what retrograde is all about. No need to be scared, but this is going to be a good time for you to really concentrate on self. So, maybe you can hermit a little bit and really have fun and enjoy the time for self. Moving over to May of 2024, Mercury is finally direct. So, the things that you have been thinking about last month, this is a good time to execute. This will also be the last month of Jupiter being in Taurus for you on the second house. So, Kayod, work hard, get that bank, get that dollar bill. This is Use that lucky energy of Jupiter and Taurus to really reap the benefits that the universe is giving us and manifest a lot for the abundance that you can. If you want to use my products, if you are a customer of mine, use Fortuna. Get a spell jar for abundance and money magnet. This is the last month in Jupiter Taurus for now. So those are the best items to have and the best magical tools to have. Manifest for money and then really work on it. Lots of energies in the first house as well. So if you've always wanted to launch that business, be an entrepreneur, and find something that you've always wanted to do for yourself, today May is a good time to do it. If you've always wanted to treat yourself, another thing that Jupiter in Taurus is good for, since Taurus is all about opulence, self-care, being fancy, this is a good time to do it too. Do make sure that your home life is something that you know you want to be in. And your Pluto's still in the 11th house, so still a lot of transformations when it comes to friendships and connections. Just do make sure that you only keep the ones that are worth keeping and just let go of the ones that are no longer serving you. It's fine. All right, moving over to June. June 2024 energies. So, this is a time where Jupiter enters Gemini. Now, Jupiter is not exactly happy in Gemini because because Gemini is actually detriment. It's actually detriment in Gemini. It would much more prefer to be in Sagittarius, which is the opposition of Gemini. But Jupiter is my favorite planet. It brings expansion, it brings luck. So, bringing luck and expansion in Gemini means you're going to be a smarty pants. You will have a lot of energies to learn something new, pick up a new skill. You're going to be much more communicative and going to be like a jack of all trades kind of energy. So use that to your advantage again and do make sure to pick up something that you've always wanted to learn. This is the best time to do it. As long as Jupiter is in Gemini, good time to do it. The disadvantage of Jupiter in Gemini is that you can let go of words that are not really necessary. So do make sure that you pick your battles. Not every battle is worth winning. I admit I'm guilty of being petty. There was a time last 2023 wherein there was this person that kept on fighting and then I never really engaged. But just for some reason at that moment, I said, okay, I'll engage. You know what? I have time. I might as well do it. And it just became worse and worse and worse. And I instantly regretted it. I was like, I should have chosen my battle here because that person just became extra annoying. And they said things that are completely ridiculous. So it's really not worth it arguing with idiots. So choose your battles. And Gemini and Jupiter, you're going to have that urge to just be a keyboard warrior. So avoid that as much as possible. But if you want to do it, fine. Okay, going over to July of 2023, lots of energies into making your home a home, a home that you want to actually go home to. So, this can be your house, this can be your family, this can be your relationship. So, a lot of energies will be put into taking care of it and making sure that this is going to be something that you would want to have for a longer period of time. Because it's time for you to marry condo your condo, to clean up, purge, and be very much into keeping the things that you know is not that you know is good for you. Keeping the things that you know is good for you. With the lunar and the solar eclipses happening for you, Aries, you're going to have a lot of purging this year. So I apologize in advance for dropping this bomb to you, but it is what it is, you know? You're going to have a lot of changes and it's so annoying because 2023, 2022 eclipses always happen in Aries and Libra. Like, can we have a break, universe? But universe is like, nope, not yet. So yeah, even in your home, even material possessions, if you don't need them, let them go. This is also a good time for you to clean up and make your space as tidy as possible, something that you know you can go home to. The tidier your room is, the more room you have to do something more useful. It is also a good time to bond with your family members or the people that you consider as family. Go on an outing, go traveling, or at least eat at your favorite restaurant together, share a meal together. Really build on that relationship, on those relationships that will be very much worth it, especially for July. Come August of 2024, I could already see that this is going to be a fun month for you. A lot of inner child healing. By inner child healing, that means that you're going to do things that your inner child had always wanted to do, activities that you've always wanted to do that you were not able to do before as a child. So, one of the things that I like to do to help my inner child is to watch Disney movies at my own accord. And I don't have to wait for someone to put it on the TV. I can just watch it right then and there. Another thing that you can do is to heal your inner child is to really address the traumas that you've had as a child and try to heal from them. Perhaps you overthink. People that overthink usually were scolded so much when they were younger because they don't ever want to make a mistake. The moment that you make a mistake, your parents will shout at you or treat you not very nicely. So the result is you overthink. So try to think about those shadows that you have. Are you anxious? Do you have anxiety? Are you overthinking? A lot of those really go back to childhood. So this August is a good month to heal from that. Are you a kind of person that settles for less? And you know what? This is another red flag that a lot of people don't know. When they say, oh, I'm a low maintenance girlfriend, I don't need much just to be happy. But you know what? You shouldn't be afraid to voice out your needs, especially if you know that they are very basic. Boasting about being low maintenance means that you don't value yourself that much. So, if you truly want to be treated better, you have to love yourself enough to not let people treat you any less than you would treat yourself. So that is your August. Moving over to September. So with September, more energies in relationships. So if you haven't found someone yet, if you're still a single Pringle, then this is a good time for you to go out. If you already found someone, this is a good time to take your relationship to the next level. Hopefully, for the ones that have been waiting to be engaged, this is a good time for you to engage. So, wink, wink at your partners. Come on. If you're not yet engaged in the first 2 years, then what is this relationship for? As much as we hate to admit it, we are in long term relationships to get married and to settle down. Or if you don't believe in marriage, at least to settle down. So, if they're not doing that, and you're already 2 years or more in, then why are you staying? You wouldn't want to end up like Kim. I don't. I hate to say it, but you don't want to end up like Kim Chu and Catherine Bernardo that stayed with guys for more than a decade, only to end up breaking up because the guy just didn't want to get married. It's kind of sad. And do remember that you are in your prime years. So, and we as women, we risk more in relationships compared to men. So, if this person is really not giving you the kind of treatment and the kind of commitment that you want, then you shouldn't stay with them. Aries, lots of energies towards partnership for this year. I want you to truly know your value and to not settle for less anymore. Ending up with the wrong person is just going to be more damaging than just being alone and learning how to love yourself and attract the kind of person that is truly best for you. I would want you to really activate your feminine energy. Your feminine energy will be a magnet to the people that are good for you. The more you love yourself, the more your feminine energy will get stronger. For the guys out there, if you are not ready for a relationship, don't break a girl's heart. You, your main purpose in a relationship is to be a good partner, okay? And being a good partner comes from being a good provider and a good protector and someone that is emotionally available to their partner. If you are not any of those things, then you shouldn't be dating. You are not yet grown. And you know what? That's totally fine. Take this time to grow. Take this time to know your worth, to gain that worth in order for you to get the partner that you know you truly deserve. Another tip that I want you all to digest is not to manifest for a specific person. I've been telling this to the community that I have for the longest time, but a lot of people still do. So instead of manifesting for a specific person, because you never really know if that person is good for you, and a lot of people manifest for a specific person if the person doesn't want them. Why would you want to manifest for someone that doesn't want you? If someone wants you, it will be very obvious. So instead, manifest for the person I deserve. That's what you write. I will manifest for the person I deserve because that triggers a lot of shadow work. What is it that I truly deserve? Am I a good person? Do I deserve a good person? If you're not much of a kind person, then that's a shadow work for you. All right. Okay, moving over to October 2024, even deeper energies into relationships at this time. You have 5 placements here, and all are very much important planets too. So there will be a lot of planets in your first house as well. So there will be like a power struggle between choosing self and choosing relationship. Find the balance between those two. You want to be able to love yourself enough to not settle for less and to love yourself enough to give your partner the love that they deserve. And at the same time, you would want to make your partner happy. So, finding the balance between those two with a very strong conviction into making things work on your fourth house of family and home, that is what's important here. Try to look within into your relationship and try to see, is this a person I would want to have a family with? Will this person be a good father or mother to my children, if you want children? Or to my dogs, if you have dogs? Or pets, right? That's what I think when I date. So this is a hard lesson that I had to learn myself. So I would think, is this person going to take care of me? Are they going to take care of my kids? My future kids? Are they going to take care of my pets? Because those are the things that matter to me. So those are the things I consider home. So try to think, what is it the things that you consider home? A clean house, perhaps? Is this partner of yours going to help you clean the house? So those are the kind of questions you would want to ask yourself if you are going to go for a serious relationship. Because I'm seeing here, Aries, you're going to have a lot of energies towards relationships this time. So I do suggest that you find a good partner for you and a partner that you truly deserve, the one that will give you the kind of love that you would want. Ladies, you want a partner that will allow you to be soft, that you know you can rely on, not the type that you will have to be their mother. Okay? You would want a man or a partner that knows how to make decisions so that you can be a feminine force in the relationship. So, moving over to November of 2024, there will be a shift of energies into making yourself much more knowledgeable and expanding your knowledge. There will be an urge to travel, an urge to experience something different, to make you more emotionally happy for November. There will be a lot of ninth house energies here. Ninth house is all about philosophy, travel, knowledge, and gaining more skills. So you will have to be more independent for this time of year. You're going to be finding your own voice and finding new in breaking boundaries, finding new things to stand for, and learning more about the things that you didn't know much about before, learning about different cultures and trying to apply them into yourself. Being much more worldly is going to be your theme for November. So here, your sun is on the eighth house. You will be concentrating a lot with self and your abilities, and your intuition is going to be much stronger for November as well. So do use that to your advantage. If you feel like something is wrong, something is probably wrong. On to the last month, December of 2024. Lots of energies into really putting your name out there. You want to be able to be known for something that is good because you built it yourself. You want to be able to truly make sure that you, for the past year, have been working on yourself, working on your career, your love life, your finances, your family, and culminating towards December of 2024, you want to be known as someone that has achieved something notable. Lots of energies on the 10th house of career, lots of energies towards making a career growth or starting that career that really will propel you upwards. As long as you maintain your circle to be good and to be surrounded with people that you know is going to help you further your career and further your personal life as well, then come December 2024, a culminating activity, you will actually find that. And on top of that, you will be much happier. Your inner child will be much happier because you finally took the time to heal it. And hopefully, you will also be in a relationship wherein it's going to be something that will last you a long time and will actually treat you how you deserve to be treated. Be in touch with your spirituality. That will be your common theme for the year as well. All right, that's it, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. That is your 2024 horoscope, care of AstroloJill. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. And please do hit the like button and the subscribe button. And if you want to book a reading, do visit my website. Link is down below. And if you want to join my community, the links are down below as well. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again.